Hi, welcome back. This is the second day as we've already put the levelling compound on. It's dry, ready to start tiling the floor. As you can see, my husband is doing it.
Excuse me, I've got a cold today, I think. I'm literally just putting down enough adhesive for one tile at a time. I've spent since 7 o'clock this morning laying out and setting up for
Tiles to go down.
for the tiles to go down. And I've forgotten that all. 2 seconds. This is not a rapid set tile adhesive, because I just don't get on with them. This is a slow set, and the only place I've ever been able to get it from is Tops Tiles, here in the UK anyway. So get on and do the next one beside it. And although it's a rapid, it's a slow set, I still haven't mixed myself up a full bucket of the grout. The adhesive. I know it takes with this slow set 24 hours to set, but actually you get a longer working time with it. Oh, I think I'm going to have to get camera lady to get me a little tissue in a minute. So we'll put the next one on. Push it up. The floor seems to be sloping this way, even with this this levelling compound. It doesn't seem to actually level, rather than make the floor even. So I'm making sure that the edges aren't higher than each other. First one's on. Now then, these are 600 by 300s. So what we're just going to check is whether or not I can get another full tile in the end here. which I can't. So, next set of tiles will go along here, and I'll do those cuts in a bit. But one really good tip I've got is, because I know I'm not going to get to those cuts straight away, is just to come in and clean off as much of the adhesive along that edge. Keeps the floor smooth and also prevents having to come back and scrape the adhesive off later. Okay.
What
So
about the...
I should also explain that the back here, the reason I haven't gone right the way up to the back of the wall is because there's going to be a bath there, and I don't see the point in wasting tile tiling underneath. But what I have made sure is that I can get a full tile in the space here. So, make sure there's no rocking, which there doesn't seem to be. I'm happy with that. Next one goes here. Now what I like to do is just to come up, and this is every time I put a tile down, and just put a couple of marks on either side and at the bottom. Okay. And that just gives me a guide for where I'm going to put the adhesive. So, and again, I should point out that none of these videos are tutorials. This is just how we do it. I'm not an expert. My actual trade is painting and decorating, and I'm actually an interior designer. Another thing one should do, make sure you do, is just run your finger along the edge of the previous row of tiles, because there's nothing worse than when you come into grout, or you come to grout and there's a load of adhesive up between the tiles. So, here we go again. And I actually made a mistake there. Not a problem, I think. Not a problem, just lift the towel up, smooth it back out. And then we just relay it. some of the spaces in. Another little tip, I quite often see it, and I've seen it quite a few times on YouTube, people putting and this is pros as well, putting the spaces in like so. Don't do that, because you can't take them out. Then you can't get enough filler, grout in between the lines. So don't do that. Have them standing up, okay? Do 3 rows, then remove them so that you can get them out. I'm not trying to teach you to be granny, teach a granny new tricks, as the saying goes. So we're going to put another tile here and one here. So we're going to do the same as we've just done with that one. Oh, excuse me. Put the tile down first. I'm just going to put a spacer in here. Down here. And again, make sure that there is up here. Put my lines in. Okay. Stand this towel back up. Unfortunately, this particular tile, and Zoe will probably tell you a bit more about it, is no longer available. As I said, we've been doing this house now 10 years? Nearly 10 years. But we've done a heck of a lot of work to it. We've put new roof on, loft conversion, and this has all been, whilst I'm not working, with COVID having happened. It's given me time to actually do some of this work. And we bought these tiles 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
About 3 years ago.
And they are from the
Wicks,
and they are the, is it Infinity range? Oh, excuse me. Actually, both sets of tiles in this bathroom are from Wicks. And when I get 5 minutes, I will be putting up a website for the stuff that we've done. There'll be photos from when we started the house, and moving on. We've kept a fairly good record photographically, but we just haven't done videos. So these are our first videos. We just wanted to see if anybody, people are interested in this sort of thing. I hope you guys are. And if you are, we'll continue to make the videos and put them out. Excuse me. I don't mean to be sniffing every 5 minutes. And no, I haven't got COVID. Because I don't have a temperature. Put the spacers in. Okay. to go to the other side. Oh shit, shoot. Sorry, excuse my language. That was rather rude of me. So put my spacers in. We'll come this side now and do this one. And Zoe has opted for a brick pattern rather than, I don't know if you'd call it conventional, or what the other pattern would be. That was the other discussion that we had this morning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa! Jump in the gun. Jump in the gun. And there we go. So, I've got lots of ideas for videos. I've got 2 floors of plastering to do. And I'm sure people will want a tour of the house and so on. But I've moved on a little, and yes, you did see me do a little mistake. It's not a mistake, it was just me not concentrating. And this running nose is pulling my head in. And I know it's not COVID because we've not been anywhere to get it, have we?
No.
And we're always really, really careful whenever we go out. But boy, has COVID really affected my work. Every now and again, it's worth just getting up, standing back and looking, making sure that your grout lines are straight and that each row matches up with the next. Okay, so the next job I've got to do is what I tend to do is do 2 or 3 rows. Then I'll go and do the cuts and come in and fit those. But try not, especially with these heavy tiles, try not to overstretch yourself. So I think, you know, with these 2 rows is quite adequate. So I'm going to go and set up to do these cuts and get these cuts laid in. Then we can move on to this next bit. This is always the scariest part. Okay. Right. adhesive left, and we both thought that I'd have to come and scrape out the bucket and come and redo it. But that's not been the case. It's actually still workable. So, do you know what? I'll see if I can get a link. Now I'm not paid for any of these, tips or so on. I'll see if I can find some sort of link to this particular product, as in the adhesive. And if you're somebody who it's your first time doing this sort of work, you don't want to be using the rapid sets. You don't pay any more or any less. Well, actually, having said that, you probably do pay more for a rapid set, because you'll make yourself a whole batch, and by the time you're ready to use it, it's at a stage where, well, you can't use it. Another little tip, I'll give you plenty of tips, but this is not tutorial, never will be. When you're laying your cut tiles, make sure all the cut edges are to the wall. Because if, like me, you're not very steady with your hand whilst cutting the tile, by the time you've got the grout in here and the wall tiles down, or skirting board, or whatever it is that you're doing, it'll be hidden and out of the way. And I do apologise about the dog in the background. It's not our dog, it's our next door neighbours, and it goes off day after day. In fact, it spends more time bloody barking than it does anything else, don't it? Oops. Right, I'm just going to find a screwdriver a second. Can you see if you can find a screwdriver on the orange handle? Thank you.
didn't need me to pick it up. You moved it there because you brought it. I'm trying to be helpful.
There you go. And you're a very, very helpful young lady. Sometimes. That's why I put up with you. I do apologise about having to pause or stop recording. I've gotten so far along, but somebody decided they were going to show up, so we had to deal with that first. And now everybody seems to be an expert, don't they, darling?
No comment. We all have different ways of dealing with it. Or doing it.
So as you can see, I'm a bit further on than when we stopped, because I didn't stop doing the work because of the visitor. I just said I'm not being rude, I've just got work to get on with. To be informed that the plumber may be coming in the next couple of weeks. Might even be less than that. So we've got to go and get toilets. And I think that's all we've got to get, isn't it? Toilets.
Yeah.
And a sink.
For the other bathroom.
Yeah. I'll be stopping doing this, and I think the next job there is I've got 2 or 3 little jobs to do, and I've got to leave this for 24 hours before really walking on it. tomorrow evening we'll be grouting the floor. Won't we, Lily?
Yep.
Next tile then. Takes me slightly longer than most to do the job. I mean, it's not a massive area this that I'm doing, but I want to get it right. So, aesthetically, so I'm just clearing out the grout areas, the adhesive that's gone in there. In this bucket here is just clean water that I'm using to get as much adhesive off the tiles as I'm going, because otherwise you end up with areas like this and it becomes slightly more difficult to get them off. Don't worry, I know that the tile I just had my hands on is fairly well set in, and I'm not going to offset any levels, because just after our guest left, I went down and had, what do you call it, levels?
Yeah.
Well,
Afternoon tea.
morning tea.
Yeah, for afternoon, yeah. Yeah,
And then get these down. I'm going to have some lunch. And then we'll be looking at the other jobs that we've got to be done today. Problem when you're doing a whole house, you tend to jump from one job to the next.
So instead of boring you with watching every tile go down, this is the finished product that we have done. So now all we've got to do is leave it 24 hours to put the grout in tomorrow. So that's all for now. Take care, bye!